Welcome back to Learning Canadian English. I'm Jen.
And I'm Mike. And Jen, it is cold today. I've got my biggest sweater on and a giant mug of hot chocolate right here.
Oh, I'm a simple man. Good quality dark chocolate, cocoa powder, whole milk, a bit of sugar, and a mountain of whipped cream. Maybe a sprinkle of cinnamon if I'm feeling fancy.
Classic. I like a bit of peppermint in mine. My cats, Gus and Simon, are professional heat seekers. The moment the furnace clicks on, they find the warmest vent in the house and sprawl over it like they're sunbathing.
And it's not just about tires. You have to adjust your driving style completely. Everything is slower, more deliberate. You leave huge following distances. I remember my first winter driving experience after moving to Canada. I thought I knew how to drive in snow. I was wrong. So wrong. And it's not just about tires. You have to adjust your driving style completely. Everything is slower and more deliberate. Sudden moves are a recipe for disaster. I remember my first time driving in a real blizzard. I could barely see the road markers and my knuckles were white from gripping the steering wheel so tight. It's a humbling experience.
For sure. It's all about layering. You'll often hear Canadians talk about wearing a base layer, which is usually something thin and moisture wicking, then a mid layer, like a fleece or a sweater, and finally the outer layer, which is your waterproof and windproof jacket. It sounds complicated, but it's the secret to staying warm without feeling like you can't move.
And you know what goes perfectly with coming inside after a long day of winter fun? Our favorite topic, hot chocolate. We mentioned it at the start, but I think we need to dedicate a little more time to this essential winter survival tool. It's the official drink of Winter Canada, I think. Welcome, everyone, to episode 4, where we're diving headfirst into the topic most people ask about.
Canadian winters.
Exactly. It's not just about surviving the cold, it's about embracing it, and there's a lot to embrace.
Right. And step one of embracing it is dressing for it. You can't have fun if you're freezing. We have a word you'll hear all the time, a toque. Toque.
A toque. It's basically a winter hat or a beanie, and you'll also need good mitts or mittens and a warm jacket, of course.
And there's a big debate, mitts versus gloves. I'm firmly on team mitts. Your fingers stay together and keep each other warm. Function over fashion in a Canadian winter.
Totally. Once you're bundled up, a whole world of winter fun opens up. So where should we start? Okay, so let's talk about the fun stuff. A classic Canadian pastime is ice skating.
A classic.
So many cities set up outdoor rinks in their parks, and if you're in a more rural area, people skate on frozen ponds. It's magical, especially at night with lights strung up.
It really is. In Ottawa, you can skate on the Rideau Canal, which is the world's largest skating rink. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
I've always wanted to do that. For the more adventurous, there's skiing and snowboarding. Are you a skier, Mike?
I'm more of a snowboarder, but yeah, I love hitting the slopes. We have massive mountains out west, like in British Columbia and Alberta, but also lots of great ski hills in Ontario and Quebec, so there's options everywhere.
And people shouldn't underestimate those hills. They might not be the Rockies, but they can be incredibly fun. Plus, they often have night skiing, which is a whole other experience with the slopes all lit up.
Totally. And the après-ski culture is big everywhere. That's a French term, A-P-R-E-S, ski. It basically means after ski, and it involves gathering in the chalet for hot drinks, food, and socializing. It's half the fun.
Right, the hills. And there's also cross-country skiing, which is a bit different from downhill. It's more of a workout on flatter ground through forests.
That's a great way to see the winter scenery. And speaking of quiet scenery, have you ever tried snowshoeing?
I have. It's amazing. It feels like you're floating on top of the snow. You can go places you'd never be able to walk in deep snow. It's so peaceful. All you hear is the crunch of the snow under your feet.
Okay, now we have to talk about our shared favorite winter activity, the one we both love.
Sledding, or as many Canadians call it, tobogganing.
Yes, it's the best. So simple, you just need a sled and a hill. My dog Buster goes crazy for it. He tries to race me down the hill every single time, barking the whole way.
You have to tell the story about Buster and the snow shovel.
Oh man, so we had a huge snowfall, and I was out shoveling the walkway, a classic winter chore. Buster thinks the shovel is a monster attacking the snow, so he's barking at it, trying to save me by biting the snow as I lift it. It's hilarious, but doubles the time it takes to get anything done. He's a terrible helper.
That's adorable. I can just picture it. My two cats, on the other hand, just stare at the snow from the window like it's a strange white monster. They are definitely not fans.
Ha, indoor pets for sure. All right, another really unique thing is ice fishing.
Ice fishing. Right. Explain this one.
So, people drill a hole in the ice on a frozen lake, set up a tent or a small hut, sometimes with heaters inside, and fish right through the hole. It's a whole subculture.
It sounds cozy and crazy at the same time. And of course, there's always winter hiking. The trails look completely different covered in snow.
So true. Just make sure you have good boots with grip. They're often called ice cleats or crampons.
Winter isn't just about sports, though. There's a whole cultural side to it. I'm talking about winter festivals.
Absolutely. Like the Quebec Winter Carnival with its mascot Bonhomme, or Winterlude in Ottawa. They have amazing ice sculptures, concerts, and food.
The ice sculptures are incredible works of art, and many cities have huge ice castles or light displays that are just beautiful to walk through at night.
Speaking of different kinds of winter weather, let's talk about some other words you'll hear. There's slush, that gross, wet, half-melted snow you get on the streets when the temperature hovers around zero. It'll soak your boots in a second.
Ugh, the worst. And in the prairies, especially Alberta, they get Chinooks. It's this amazing weather phenomenon where a warm, dry wind comes down from the mountains and can raise the temperature by 20 degrees in a few hours. It's like a brief, welcome spring in the middle of January.
And then you have the opposite of people who embrace winter, the snowbirds. Those are Canadians, usually retirees, who fly south to places like Florida or Arizona to escape the cold altogether. We can't blame them, but we think they're missing out. Yeah, with a hot chocolate in hand. It always comes back to hot chocolate.
Of course. And you can't talk about Canadian winter culture without mentioning maple syrup on snow.
Oh, the best. It's called tire sur la neige in French. They pour hot maple syrup on fresh, clean snow, and it instantly gets thick like toffee.
Then you roll it out with the popsicle stick.
It's the most Canadian treat imaginable. I'm sure Buster would try to eat the entire snowbank if it was covered in maple syrup.
So, from skating and skiing to festivals and maple syrup treats, there's so much to do. Winter here isn't something to hide from.
Exactly. It's an experience. We hope this gives you a better idea of what a Canadian winter's all about. And some new vocabulary too, like toque and tobogganing.
But Mike, we've talked about all the fun things. We should probably mention something a bit more practical, but just as Canadian, winter driving.
Oh, that's a huge one. If you're planning to drive in Canada during the winter, you absolutely need winter tires. They're not just a suggestion. In some provinces, they're mandatory. They give you much better traction on snow and ice.
And another crucial point is having a winter emergency kit in your car. It's not just a suggestion, it can be a real lifesaver. You should always have a warm blanket, a small shovel, booster cables, and some non-perishable snacks like granola bars. You never know when you might get stuck in a snowdrift, and being prepared makes all the difference. Thanks so much for tuning in to Learning Canadian English.
We'll be back next time with a new episode. Stay warm out there.